It's great to be here. There's so many memories that we had in this gym and on the baseball field right over here. It's hard to believe it was 30 years ago, probably more than 30 pounds ago for a long time. The year was 1986, and we played in the state championship at the Metrodome in Minneapolis. But it didn't start there. It started a lot sooner than that. You know, when we got done with school every year, we didn't say, hey, we'll see you in the fall. We said, we'll see you on Monday. Because one of the reasons why we made it as far as we did is because we played every year, every summer. And we wanted to win. I don't recall ever having a losing season in baseball, ever. In our senior year, the year that we made it to the state championship, every game that we lost by less than a run, or less than 2 runs. I figured it out. My only hope tonight is that these guys don't give me the sign for the suicide squeeze. And one of the main reasons we made it as far as we did is because we had great coaches, great parents, great fans, great siblings. And the reason why we made it as far as we did is primarily due to having a great coach. If you could take just a moment and acknowledge our head coach, Ozzie Anderson, Carlton Anderson. Would you stand up, please?
Thank you so much. This team is not just this group right here, but it built up over about 3 years, and it came out of the programs that we were running with Bob Kapsner and Ron McLeod, people like that put in the energy to get the fundamentals across. And those of you that play baseball and softball too know that you have to do the right thing, the right way in baseball or in what's the big ball called?
Softball.
Softball. And I'm sure that softball isn't always very soft when it's hit at you. So all of the defense, all of the offense that you have to put together requires coaching, and I had very good assistants, people that always were there and always had good advice and were baseball men, and that's why you're up there. So I really appreciate it.
You know, one of the reasons why he was such a great coach is because he genuinely loved us. Thank you for that. You know, when you think about a team, you want to win, and that's what we did. And I look down this line here and I see not just teammates, not just friends, but they're like brothers. And every one of these guys has a story to tell. And if you get a chance to talk to them, they'll let you know what it takes to be a winner, to be a champion, to do something that's memorable, so that you can stand up here sometime, 30 years from now, 20 years from now, and say, hey, I participated. If you're an athlete here, make the decision tonight that you're going to be the best athlete you can possibly be. We worked hard. You want to know about dedication that these guys had? We have a guy that didn't play with us until 9th grade, but he rode his bike from 2 inlets to make it to a practice point. That might be a little bit crazy, but that just shows you how much he wanted to play and how much he wanted to win. I could stand up here all night and I could tell you stories about the adventures we had, the fun that we had. And you would laugh and you think, how did those guys ever win? You know, you would think that we would get serious at the right time and we would perform and execute, but 10 seconds later we would be laughing harder than you could possibly imagine because somebody said something, somebody did something, somebody tripped over the mound. We were always laughing. What a great time, what great memories. You know, I look up at this Panther right here, And I remember what it was like to be a Panther, be in this gym, on this court, to be out in both fields. Our senior year, we lost the region championships. We wanted to make it to state in football, but we didn't. In basketball, we lost the region championships. We missed it by one game. It took us 45 minutes to get Bill Magnuson out of the locker room that game. But we knew we had one more chance. We could make it to the state tournament in baseball. One of the reasons why we did that year is because we played together for so long. Probably thousands of practices, hundreds of games over the 12 years that we played together. We had so much fun, so many memories. And above all that, we became really good friends. We haven't seen some of these guys for 30 years, but I look at them, give them a hug, and it's been like 30 minutes that I haven't seen them. We were so honored to grow up in Park Rapids, one of the greatest towns I've ever been in. To be a part of this community, to grow up here, to play sports here. We don't know how good we had it. And my dad used to tell me years afterwards, we would talk about baseball and playing sports here at Park Rapids. He says, you guys really didn't know how good you were. And we really didn't. The team that we beat to get to the state championship was the two-time defending state champion. The team that beat us in 8 innings went on to become the two-time state champions. So we never really realized how good we were. We beat out 400 teams to have the privilege. And I'll tell you what, we never lost that game in our hearts. We just ran out of innings that we could play. I want to thank you very much for being here tonight and being a part of this memory for us. Thank you.